yes, it's amazing to see this diversity that's happening on the runways and in magazine covers. To see more than one woman of color or diversity on a magazine cover at a time is a big deal. But it really shouldn't be.
Did you think we'd be further on?
It's not a trend, and people shouldn't feel if they don't use diversity, they're going to get, they're not in the right, they're not doing what's right.
You'll explain better than I can colorism. Do you see acceptable or accepted tones of darker skin? Is that something that still goes on in the fashion world and in the modelling world?
Yes, I know what you're saying, and I have seen that, and that's what I'm talking about when I say it's not a trend. All skin tones of diversity stays.
Do you think that message has got through?
We're going to tell. Time will tell.
You weren't afraid to tell the outgoing Vogue editor, Alexandra Shulman, your feelings about her staff lineup.
I didn't have to say anything. She put the picture up. I just reposted the picture she put. I didn't say anything. She needs to look at that picture and clearly see that it's not diverse. A child could see that. Just the mere fact that I'm black and I'm British and I reposted it, it became a headline.
Shulman was quite brutal about the new Vogue editor, Edward Enninful, when...
Which is not graceful, is it? You should always welcome the new and be gracious. You can't stay in power all the time. And I was horrified. Edward's like a brother to me. I would have spoken out supporting him regardless whether I knew her or didn't. I thought it was not gracious of her.
Was she wrong?
No, it's wrong. Welcome the new. You look bitter. It makes you look bitter and jealous. You don't want to appear that way. You want to be gracious. You want to align yourself with the new.
At some point you have to say all models are exceptional looking. Otherwise, you know, we'd all be models. When there is this push to get the plus size model, the older woman model, you know, the different looks of a model.
Beauty comes in all shapes, forms and sizes.
Do you believe that, even for modelling?
I do believe that.
So could the ordinary be beautiful? Could the ordinary be a model?
I think that's been proved now, that the ordinary can be beautiful. Isn't that what social media has done? For beauty, for me, it can mean so many different interpretations to so many people. And, you know, the women that I've loved and respected and consider beautiful, some may not, but personality is also in there with it. It all makes, it's all part of the package. It's a full package.
Will you talk to me about the wider issues now? 3 years today since the country voted for Brexit. I wonder if you see a different country now.
I see an undecisive country, and we've never been undecisive. England's always been like, pretty much, we know what we want. And now to travel around the world and keep people talking about Brexit is like, I don't want to hear that. You know, I feel like we're being split. We are being split. And I don't think being split ever brings good.
What about the Windrush scandal last year? Did it change your understanding of what this country was?
Well, I know about Windrush because my grandparents are that. And they come here to work hard, like my grandparents did, and their only dream was to go back and buy their dream home in Jamaica.
When you heard that people were being treated as if they didn't belong here, they were being
very
sent
upsetting.
home.
Very upsetting. I didn't go to an event because of that. I was invited to something and I chose not to go because I was not going to go and validate something that I didn't agree with.
What was it?
It was an event at 10 Downing Street, but I didn't agree with it, and so I didn't go.
Did you tell them that was why?
Well, obviously, if I say no, they know that's why.
This is a new age of, you know, the Me Too movement. I wonder how easy it was for you when you were starting out, growing up, whether you felt you could speak out about inappropriate behaviour then.
I was bullied at school, like everyone. Everyone gets bullied at school. But bullied for the colour of my skin, bullied for being too thin. I know how to stand up for myself, and And I did. And I feel that going through that has helped me to always speak out when I didn't feel something was justified or right in my eyes, or when I was made to feel differently for being just me. So I personally did not deal with it. And for those that I know that did, I have compassion and I stand with them.
Philip Green, you've had a long association with him. Do you recognise any of the behaviour that he's been accused of?
I've never worked with Philip Green in my life.
You've had a long association with him. There's lots of pictures with him.
I know Philip Green. I've gone to many of the events that Kate Moss, when Kate Moss was working at Topshop. I support my friends, absolutely. And I wouldn't take that back. I support her then as I supported her now.
Do you recognise any of the behaviour that he's been accused of?
Never saw it in my eyes.
Naomi Campbell, thank you.
Thank you so much.